All right, guys. I'll just wait a few minutes, see who pours in here. Then we'll get down to this spoiler discussion. Mystery film number 3. And which one will it be? There are 2 hints. Let's see if people can guess what movie this is that we will be watching and discussing here. Feels good to be back on camera. I had a cold the last 2 days. I was focusing on my new podcast thing, which is basically just the same thing as my regular videos, just without sound. But it's cool to be able to talk about more films than I normally would. Let's see if I can find it on here. It better be on Tubi. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. That's another hint. It's on Tubi. All right. I haven't seen this movie in a while, too. It's going to be an interesting watch. Especially just watch remake. Which was decent. Not too good. Hey May, what's going on? I'm just letting a few people pop in before we start another mystery week. Another mystery film, new week, new mystery. There are some hints in there, as usual. How you doing, May? All well? If you are going to watch along, as usual, it is on Tubi. Hey, what's up, Elden Beast? Long time no see. So I usually put some hints in here to see if people can guess what movie that we're going to be watching and talking about. It is a film that recently got a remake this year, like a month ago maybe. And it also is from the 80s, and it is a film adaptation of a short story by a famous author. That should narrow it down quite a bit. 1 second. Need more natural light in here. The title also has a type of food in it. That's another hint for you. There's food in the title. How was your weekend, guys? All good? Actually, I think I might be able to watch it here on my laptop while I'm streaming. I don't think the audio gets picked up. I'm going to test that really quick. When I ask, let me know if you can hear the sound in the background. All right, can people hear this? Can anyone hear a sound? Hey, Carrie. Thanks for stopping in. I know you're at work. Try to guess the hints. It's a movie that just got a remake. It's an adaptation of a short story. It's from the 80s. And it's on Tubi. And there's food A name of a food in the title. May, can you hear anything in the background? Like a movie playing? I think we tested this once and it worked. So it should be good. Eldon B. It is not Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, but I did do a review on that, and it is for a Winnie the Pooh slasher film, which I mean, I'm a slasher nut. Like, that is my subgenre of horrors, especially 80s slashers, but all types of slasher movies. For a Winnie the Pooh slasher film, it's exactly what you would expect. So I don't know what all these people that are giving negative reviews, like what the negatives are. Like, it's a low budget Winnie the Pooh slasher film. I didn't expect anything more than what we got, and I had a fun time with it. And I know a few friends who also really enjoyed it. Cocaine Bear was fun too. I did a review on that. Short, spoiler-free reviews. Hi, May. Bye, May. All right. Let's play like Hangman. I have an idea. This is going to give it away so easily. Blank of the blank. That's one more hint I can give. Blank of the blank. Short story by a famous horror author, like the most famous. And I'll give you the food in it. This is going to definitely give it away. Corn. There is corn in the title. All right, so that's as much as I can give. that should give the answer there. Yeah, May's got it. It's in her head. She got it. I figured you'd get it with that. Children of the Corn from 1984, directed by Fritz Kirsch. I think that's how you say it. It has Linda Hamilton, obviously yeah, you got it, man. Pre-Terminator, obviously Linda Hamilton. We have Peter Horton in here. I don't know much else that he's been in, but this is an absolute classic movie. And I just put out a review on the remake, which was filmed in 2020, but it wasn't released until this year because the whole COVID and everything hit, and they had to keep it on the shelf, basically. But it's all right. The remake's decent. I like how they kind of show more of, and there's no real spoilers here for people who want to watch it eventually, but I like how they spend a little more time on showing how the kids like killed all the adults. Like, I really like that about the remake. Like, in the original here, it just jumps right into it. You see like a kill in the beginning, and then after that, pretty much the whole town is taken over by the kids. And the remake definitely did a good job of showing just how vile these kids and evil they are, and took a lot more time to kill off all the adults. So we got to see more of their plan and stuff and how they took over the town, which was one positive I can give it. The main girl, what the hell's her name? Can't remember her name, but she was very good in the remake also. The girl who plays, and I can't remember the freaking guy's name from the original here. Is it Eli or Elias or Elijah? Something like that. I know Malachi. I can't forget that name. But she did a great job in the remake too. And instead of that evil kid that leads everyone, Isaac. That's it. Why couldn't I think of that in the review earlier? Isaac. He's not in the remake. It's a girl who's like the main leader of the kids, and she did a great job too. There's some decent gore, CGI, a lot of it So it's not that great, but it's decent. That's about it, though. And yes, May, the first movie. Elden Beast, I have seen The Babadook a few times. I adore that movie, and I will probably be doing a long video on it sometime soon in the near future. There's so many movies, like there's just so many horror movies. In the last 10 months, I've covered, like I said, I think 400 plus movies, and my spoiler discussions are long. They go like a half hour to an hour plus, depending on the movie. But that's a lot of fucking movies to get out in 10 months. But there's so many. So, I mean, Babadook has been on the list for a while. I'll wake up every morning and say, and 12 more films will hop into my head. And I'll be like, oh, that's right. That's a great one. I got to do a video on that. And then this one and this one. And then the next day, another dozen hit my head. And the next day, the same thing. So it's just constantly all these great movies that I have not covered yet that are popping in my head all the time. Yeah, Babadook is great, man. I love how just like how it, same with Hereditary, which I just did the podcast episode the other day, of just all the themes of grief and loss and depression in that movie, and just the kid is so annoying. Can we agree with that in the Babadook? The kid is so annoying. Like, there's a few movies that have kids that have punchable faces for me. Like, not that I'd ever had a kid, obviously. I got a daughter. But like Bob from Lucio Fulci's House by the Cemetery, and he's a Manhattan Baby. The dubbing doesn't make it any better. But God, that kid is so annoying. I just want to punch him in the face just to fix his face a little bit. Same with if you've seen the mini series of The Shining that Stephen King did himself, which is not that good. It stays a lot more faithful to the novel than the Stanley Kubrick version, but not that good. And that kid too, who plays Danny, has just a punchable face. Same with Sam from Babadook. Like, these three kids, man, are just so hard to listen to and deal with. But it plays into the movie, though. I mean, she wouldn't be going through all the pressure and stress and everything if she didn't have her son that was, out of control. So definitely a fun movie. I'll definitely be doing soon. I don't know, Elden Beast, if you have Tubi and if you what you're doing, if you want to watch along. May's going to play it. I basically, for these streams, I just put the movie on in the background and just talk about it as it goes on. And whoever in the chat wants to watch along, that's cool. Actually, I forgot to put the link. Yeah, I could have helped you with the link a second ago, man. I forgot that I had it pinned here. But for anyone else who comes in, I just noticed too that YouTube, they'll only notify your subscribers 3 times a day, and that counts for community posts and videos and shorts and streams. So if you put up, like, if I upload the 3 reviews I did this morning, that's the 3. So now it's not going to send notifications for this or for I have to do Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I will be doing a spoiler discussion after this which I can't wait to rewatch that, as it's probably in my definitely my top 4 Nightmare on Elm Street movies. That's not really my franchise. Everything after the 3rd movie just goes way down. But I do love Wes Craven's New Nightmare a lot. And then I have to do the remake to finish that series up, and the remake is abysmal. It is so bad. That's all right, buddy. If you want to just hang and talk. Have you ever seen Children of the Corn? And it's so weird. You guys, sucks you guys don't get Tubi over there in Europe, because I have a few friends with channels too that are from the UK, and I always mess with them that they don't have Tubi. But that's a shame. Like, have you ever tried using a VPN? I keep forgetting to test this. I want to try to use a VPN because I used to do that for Netflix, to get Netflix in other countries. I would just set my IP address to whatever country I want to view Netflix in. Then you can just watch Netflix from other countries. So I wonder if it works for Tubi. I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, here's one of my boys now. Hey, Dave. Tubi, yeah. What's Tubi? I know you guys don't have it. We are talking, Dave. We're going to be watching and talking Children of the Corn from 1984. I don't know what you're doing, but if you want to watch along and discuss, you're watching on Prime. I'm going to bring it up on Prime too, then, Nick. That way I can, there's no ads we have to worry about. That's a good idea. I've been doing that more often, but then I went not during my spoiler discussions because then we lose out on the the Tubi ad plugs that I always throw in there. How's everything, Dave? Doing good? Yeah, Dave. I don't know what you're doing. If you wanna, if you have time and you want to watch it, you can come up on the panel too. Just let me know. I'll send you the stream link. Children of the Corn. You haven't seen the new one yet, Dave, right? The remake that just came out recently. I want to try to get the main actress on for an interview if I can, because she did a very good job actually. Elena Camporis, that's what her name is. I think she's in like a superhero movie or TV series, something like that. Ah, yes, that's right. Time zones with the UK. It's not bad, Dave. It's not that great. Like it's a decent new take on the story. And I was just telling everyone in chat here that I like how they kind of show more of the town and the children rebelling before they kill off their parents and stuff. They spend a little more time on that. It's just not creepy. Like in the first movie, like just the score alone with the kid choir and stuff, it's so effective and so creepy. Just that alone is creepier than everything in the remake. Like just the score in the original. It's no Frankenhooker. No, it's not. It's definitely not Frankenhooker. We got to continue Henenlotter soon, Dave. Maybe next week if you're free with brain damage. And I got to see if I can track down Weird Science because I have not seen that movie since it came out. I don't even remember if I saw it, but it was like a lost film at Henenlotter's, and he ended up finally getting it released in like I think the early 2000s. And this guy's penis like runs amok and runs away and gets lost, and like it's so weird, like just like all the Henenlotter stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right, I got Children in the Corn here. All right, May, you ready? Let me know when you're ready, and I'll count down. All right, cool, Dave. If you're next Thursday, is that good for you? Like usual, same time, 2:00, or Wednesday, tomorrow, don't matter. Or yeah, this Thursday or next Thursday, whatever's good for you. All right, mate. Countdown on go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. This is a great Stephen King short story. Eldon B, since you haven't seen it, if it's a Stephen King short story, and the first adaptation was in '84, and it's basically about these kids who overthrow the town they live in and kill all their parents, and they basically they pray to this being called the one who walks behind the rows, and it's supposedly this being that lives in the corn. And there's some really just creepy imagery in this movie, and just the whole idea of like a family, I mean a town, like all the children, young kids too, like killing off their parents and taking over this town. It's a fucking creepy concept. Oh yeah, that's fine, Dave. Next week Thursday, that works. I'll make the stream up later. That's right. I don't want to pick this up. Oh, I know. I got to plug headphones into my thing. Yeah, just the score is so great in this movie. I mean, it's like the perfect music for kids killing their parents and taking over a town. Like in the remake, as much as they do prolong some of the adults living and showing more of that, this opening scene is so much more effective than anything in the remake. Like just having the parents here and having these two young kids, then just seeing them, Malachi, and Malachi is such a great character. And anytime I hear that name, which is not a common one, but anytime I hear Malachi, I think of this movie, like immediately. Malachi. Awesome character. And that shake looks so good. I'd kill for a fucking chocolate shake right now, like, or a Frosty from Wendy's. That shit's like crack. Come on, have you ever had a Wendy's Frosty? Do they have those, Dave? And do they have Wendy's in UK? Did it make it over there yet? They got crack Frosties. Yeah, exactly, buddy. We always say it. Fucking as soon as one of these kids came at me, they're getting knocked out so fast. If they come at me with a scythe, imagine some kid with a fucking scythe coming at you. Yeah, they're getting knocked out and then tied up. Then the police are being called. Have I seen The Conjuring? Sorry about English checking. Oh, no, your English is fine, man. I wouldn't have even guessed. Yes, I've seen The Conjuring. I've done videos on The Conjuring 1 and 2. I still got to do The Devil Made Me Do It. And the Annabelle films and stuff, but I don't really care for them. I like Annabelle Creation. Is pretty much the only one I really, really like out of the 3 Annabelle movies. But I kind of really went hard on the Warrens and Andrea Perron, one of the kids from the whole true story of The Conjuring, and she goes on like any show or podcast or YouTube channel, any place that'll have her in order to promote her books, and I think it's fucking bullshit. So I call her out in the video. I'm like, if you ever want to come on, I have a lot of questions for you. Like, not like bashing her, but I got a lot of questions. Hey, Mike, what's up, buddy? Are we streaming Friday or Sunday? I feel like it's been forever, man. You only got KSD yesterday, huh? It's all right. But this whole opening scene is so good. Just seeing them kill all these people in the diner. And I think it's once you hit like, I forget if it's 18 or 21. If you're younger than that, and then you're a kid in their eyes here. I think Malachi is like 17. Friday and Sunday? Cool. Friday I'm doing a watch party with Goraphobe and Sean for Maniac, the 2012 remake with Elijah Wood, which is one of the greatest remakes of all time. I won't hear anything else about it. It is absolutely awesome. And yeah, God, I love this score so much. I forgot who did the score for this movie. Let me look that up because that's going to bother me. Children of the Corn, 1984. I haven't read Stephen King's short story of Children of the Corn in a long while, but I remember this movie is not 100% faithful to it, but it's close enough. Like, I know the town of Gatlin is the same town in the story. I know in the remake they completely changed the name of the town. Music by Jonathan Elias or Elias. That's who did the music. What else has he done? Film, television score. Oh, this was his first film score. That's interesting. A good score for his first one. Oh, he did the score for Leprechaun 2. And the remake, the 2009 TV movie of Children of the Corn. All right, so he's done like a few things. Are you getting a Wendy's in Liverpool? There you go. Hey, what's up, Phil? No apologies needed, buddy. Good to have you here, as always. If you want to watch along, if you have Amazon, we're watching on Amazon. We just started Children of the Corn, 1984. Yeah, right. It was when did Terminator come out? This because I know this is pre-Terminator with her. Terminator was what, 86? I don't know. I'm not a big Terminator guy. I know you love Cameron, Mike. Oh, it was 1984. All right, so this was like right before Terminator. That's right. 91 was when Terminator 2 came out. That's why I was thinking later 80s. I love that lighter. Of course, buddy. We are watching Children and talking about Children of the Corn from 1984. I love Linda Hamilton, this whole dance here. Her song and dance act. Are you talking about Children of the Corn too? Because I don't think I've seen any of the sequels. I think I've seen one, like maybe the second movie, but so long ago. I remember seeing the TV movie remake, and I just saw the newest remake the other day. I love their dynamic in this movie too. Like they have a cool relationship, the two of them. Which I forget their real names. Well, character names. Vicky and Burt. That's it. Man, how do you tell Linda Hamilton, no, we got to go? Yeah, Skinnamarink watch party. Yo, we would have to be so fucked up to even get me into that stream. I mean, just having you guys is fun. But anyway, but God, to rewatch that movie, I already watched it twice. Remember? I didn't do my review on it. That stupid fucking recreation of it until I rewatched it because I missed the last 45 minutes of the first time, and that was not needed to rewatch that at all. I've had my fill of Skinnamarink forever. Even though the sequel we are getting, which it's unbelievable, this guy got a sequel made to this movie, the Skinnamarink. Always like the name Gatlin for the town here. It's better than Nilbog. Fucking Troll 2. It's also one of the fewer Stephen King stories to not take place in Maine. I mean, he has a decent amount of stories that don't. But a lot of his more famous work is set in Maine, like he lives in Maine. This is in Nebraska. I don't know if Gatlin is a real town. I'm pretty sure it's not. Pretty sure. I mean, I have no fucking clue. Let's find out. Gatlin is a small rural town in Nebraska. Interesting. I think the first one. Yeah, I saw the TV remake. I don't remember anything about it. I remember not liking it at all, close to anywhere near the original here. But there's like 6, 7 sequels to this movie, to the original. I think, like I said, I think I've seen only the first and like the first sequel, and like that's it. Is there anything in the nah, just tornadoes and shit. No problem, man. I love how these 3 little kids, this one is trying to leave. They do the whole little stick a needle in your eye, the swear. Of course they can. They're not the UK. They're not Europe in general. My boy here, who was in earlier, I don't know if he's still here, but Eldon Beast, he's from Germany. They don't have it there either. So everywhere in Europe, I guess, doesn't have Tubi. That is a lot of corn. Like, do they ever need this much corn? You don't hear about them exporting it much. Yeah, I remember the blonde woman. I don't remember getting killed by. I don't really remember anything about that, and just that's why I kind of decided to do this. There's 2 reasons I picked this movie. One was because I just watched the remake and said that wasn't that great. Now I want to really rewatch the original, and secondly because this is not a franchise I'm going to be covering anytime soon. Like maybe in a few years, like when I run out of like great things to cover, then maybe. But I think there's like 6 or 7 sequels. Like I said, I'm not going through that. I still have Puppet Master. I'm on the 12th fucking entry. Oh yeah, exactly. But yet you still don't have Tubi, and they do. Wild. Yeah, I heard nothing but bad things about the Outwaters too. Is it like similar to Skinamarink? Is this going to be a fucking trend now that we're going to have to deal with like for the next few years? It's just trying to be artsy horror when it's just terrible. Oh, got my nice fan. It's getting hot in here. This kid looks so terrified walking through these corn stalks. I mean, how do you not love that score, man? This score is so great. Like I said, it makes this movie so creepy that the remake just lacked so much. Yeah, Philip, I was. It's not my series. Like I've seen before I started covering them for the channel. I saw. I liked the first 2, but like even then, like they're good. I don't love them. Like they're good full moon movies. I saw the third one, and then that was like it. Now I've been covering the whole series, and there's like a million of those. So I'm up to like the 12th one, but I only got 3 left until they inevitably crank another one out in 6 months. But it's been so hard getting through them. Like I got to do one every few weeks because if not, I'll lose my mind. There hasn't been a good one since like the fourth movie. There you go, Dave. Do that. I mean, it's not much different than what the guy did for Skinnamarink. I mean, that sounds like it could be interesting just for the on acid in the desert part, but yeah, they're fun for sure. Like, especially, like I said, the first 4 or 5, maybe, like I was having decent fun with. After that, though, just like, especially that's just one after the other, that's just not good. And it just keeps getting worse and worse. Like, the sixth one with the trying to turn a human into a puppet was ridiculous. And then there's like mummies that are back from the dead in another one. And there's so much insane shit in the Puppet Master series, but they get agonizingly bad. Like for me, like from like the sixth movie on, not good at all. Now, a few people have been telling me the one I'm up to, The Littlest Reich, is the best one since like the first few. So I'm hoping that's right, like that these people are right with that. But who knows? Because I have not enjoyed one in quite a while. And why did that just go out? Oh, there we go. I like some full moon pictures. I like a decent amount of full moon, actually. Castle Freak is my favorite full moon movie, for sure. I mean, you have Stuart Gordon directing and Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs again, that trio is phenomenal. Reanimator and From Beyond. It's another movie I got to do soon. From Beyond. It's a great movie. I love Stuart Gordon. The Killer Eye is a fun full moon picture. It should be called like the somewhat Killer Eye who rapes a lot more, because this giant 9-foot eyeball basically just like molests and rapes the woman in the movie. Oh, nice. Wait, is the Pope's Exorcist a different thing than the Exorcist reboot? Or is that like a stupid name for the Exorcist? It's a different thing, right? Yeah, Philip, I actually like that one. That's like the only one from like the fourth or fifth one onwards that I really enjoy. And that's because I really like the Demonic Toys movie, the first Demonic Toys. So I actually really like Demonic Toys versus Puppet Master. I think I did a watch party with Pat and the Cheetah from Have Cheetah Will View a while back. This guy sees blood and shit all over this briefcase and these corn stalks and just doesn't freak out or anything. Oh, okay, yeah, with Russell Crowe. I heard about it. Yeah, I'm mad I missed his message. He asked me to join, but I completely did not see it. But we're gonna be watching the Maniac remake on Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. Me, Agoraphobe, and Sean on my channel here. Which, if you haven't seen the Maniac remake, one of the best remakes ever. Like, not just horror in general. You should watch the first Demonic Toys, Phil. Like the first Demonic Toys is really, really fun. It's actually really kind of creepy. Like there's a kid in there, that like this evil kid. He plays a great role, actually. Like, cause it's so eerie because like the kid is acting and everything, but like they use like an older guy's voice for his voice. So it seems like he's this like older dude, but he's in a like a really young child's body, and it's really effective. And he kills it, that kid. like with his performance. Yeah, Dave, they never explain that. Like if it, how any of this that works in the Killer Eye. All I know is that he uses his the tentacles. It's like the big ass eye, then it has like a tail kind of, and then like tentacles on it, and like it just like just massages their breasts and then like shocks them, and it's supposed to, I guess, put them in a friggin' trance or something. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, I forget his name, Jack Attack or something like that. Yeah, he's creepy. Him, I love the teddy bear one. This friggin' tiny teddy bear turns into a giant ass one. And Baby Oopsie fucking is ridiculous, that character. But so much fun. Just this foul mouthed baby doll. These poor two kids, man, they're just like always by themselves, listening to little records and shit. Imagine being like 10, 11, 12, in your early teens and having no adults around, that they were all killed off by like your friends and these kids in your community. That's got to be insane. Like it's got to be like at first like, whoa, we can do whatever we want, and then like when you realize, shit, like we have no food and money or anything, that it comes crashing in. Like I miss dad and mom, like, for sure. Yeah, the baby baby oopsie is ridiculous. Are they playing Monopoly? Yeah, they are. That's such a terrible game. That game never ends. Never ends, Monopoly. Malachi. He's one creepy fuck too, Malachi. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Have you ever? Did you ever watch that bloody birthday video when I initially said that, Dave? I gotta send you that. That's so funny. Have you ever seen Bloody Birthday, Dave? That's a funny movie. I mean, it's a crazy movie. It's these three kids that are born on an eclipse, and then 10 years later, they're like on their 10th birthday. They just go around trying to kill people. It's always thrown in as a slasher, but it's not really. It's more just like an evil kid, killer kid movie. But that's when I said it for the first time. I said, "There's no way." Like one of these kids come at me with a gun, a knife, any of that. Boom! Like as much as I could hold back, but enough to like incapacitate them. Yeah, it's a fun one, Phil. Bloody birthday. So who walks behind the rose is the god they worship, and they're supposed to bring them good harvest, but it hasn't been. And I couldn't believe I could not remember this guy's name, the main evil kid. He does a terrific job in this movie too, as Isaac. I think what the hell's his name? Should say it on here. John Franklin. He does a great job in this movie playing Isaac. 100%. Absolutely. I'm gonna die. Why? To look like a moral person instead of being alive and be like, "Oh, you hit a kid? Yeah, I'm alive though." Like much better than being dead. It's like, oh no, this person's trying to kill me. I gotta hide for my life and protect myself. Oh wait, it's a kid. I can't do anything. And then you just get stabbed to death. No, not how I operate. How they're lost. And they found the kid who was trying to leave Gatlin. And now that's going to lead them there. Oh, of course. Like Stretch Armstrong, break all their bones. Fucking left arm, left, right arm, left leg, right leg. Go have fun with it. I love when they start like mocking the preacher here. They're driving and they hear the preacher like, oh, what the hell does he say? He's about to says something like, you can't like, you gotta like, oh, what the hell does they say? He starts saying something. He's like, no more of this, no more of like tyranny, and like all that. And they keep saying, no, no, sir, none of this. Like, I love their dynamic in this movie. It's great. Every time they show a mechanic in a movie, they're always underneath the car working on it. Like always. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for popping in a little for this one. I will, like I said, I'll probably be streaming some more Souls later tonight. So if you're on, I'll see you there. If not, thanks for hopping by. Hopping by? Stopping by. This dog is representing some gang. He's got the yellow bandana around him. It's got to be an eerie feeling too, like coming to some town where you don't know where you are, and then just there's no adults anywhere. Like there's just all these weird freaking kids. That's got to be an eerie feeling. And no one ever has fucking telephones in these movies. Like on the road movies or people are traveling and they're lost. No one ever has a phone. Yeah, I pieced together what you said. I know, May. I know you said you're outside and stuff. And this mechanic saying they won't have a phone in the whole town of Gatlin. Get the fuck out of here. How stupid that is. So they're going to Hemmingford as the town. Aw, nice, May. How old's your daughter? I have a 9-year-old. I'm going to be going up to see her on the 10th. So I'll be upstate from the 10th to the 17th or something like that. But I will still be having content out as usual. Uh-oh, the dog went into the row of corn. It's been so long since I've seen this that I don't remember if. Yeah, they see the thing who walks behind the rows. He who walks behind the rows. Oh, that's adorable. 6 is a fun age. That's when like their personality is pretty much fully formed now, and then they start questioning everything. 19 miles to Hemmingford, 3 miles the other way to Gatlin. I love how she said there's nothing in this kid's suitcase, just normal kid stuff. And then she proceeds to list off, like, what did she say? Clothes? Yeah. Matches, compass, pocket knife. I mean, I don't think those are all like traditional kid stuff. Clothes, yeah. You expect some toys. I mean, that kid was not that old. So did they mess with the road signs? I'm guessing because it said left to Gatlin 3 miles, right to Hemingford, and they went right. But then they see another sign for Gatlin. So I'm guessing they moved the friggin' signs around or something. This guy has no gas written in marker on this on the window to the gas station. He's a gas station. Like, isn't it important to have gas? It's not like the number one thing that you need to run a gas station. This guy has no gas, it seems, and that marker looks like it's been on there for a while. Dave, there have been, I don't know, like 6 or 7. Like I said, I think I've seen 2 so long ago. I don't even remember what happens, and I don't even think I saw past that. And it's not a series that I'm diving into anytime soon. I want to see now how many are there. I love that line. Gatlin, what do I have a monopoly on road signs? All right, this will tell me. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 fucking movies in this series, not including the '09 TV remake and the remake we just got. So yeah, 8 films that I will not be watching anytime soon. Yeah, that's correct, Phil. Probably got it before me. Yeah, that's a lot. There's just too many better movies and series to be yeah, exactly, Dave. To be like watching and rewatching and covering and doing videos on before I dive into Friend, like the Amityville series. You won't see me covering those those movies for years. Like the first one, yeah, the first one's a classic. After that, no, I don't even think what. Same with that series. I don't think I've seen past the third movie, maybe Amityville 3D. That was it. The remake sucks with Ryan Reynolds. That remake's not good at all. I just love that gothic choir, children choir music. That's what they need to do next, Phil. Bring it to space. Leprechaun did it. Jason went there. That's what we need to put a scream in fucking space. I'd like to see that. Like I'd probably be into that more than anything in the series. And they can do it too. It's not like it's a Ghostface is a specific person. It's always a different person or two in costumes. They can make it work in space somehow. I love the way the scene is directed. Like when all the few kids, Malachi and the other, are attacking the gas station attendant, and the way that the score is playing, and the way that you just the shots of like you don't see who it is yet, but you see hands like picking up weapons and stuff. Really, really well directed and edited. I like that. Come on, there we go. I just rewatched last night. Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China for the first time in a few years. God, I love that movie so much. What a great movie. Yeah, Freddy, Phil. They can take Freddy to space. And awesome, Dave. Can't wait to see it. Only took 6 months. Hey, I started the series in November, and I still didn't finish it. I got it. That's what I'm doing right after this. Wes Craven's New Nightmare and the remake. Finally kicked that. That's why this month the theme is spring cleaning. I am cleaning up all the leftover franchises that I haven't finished from themes for all the past months. I have those 2 nightmares to knock out today. I got to do Rob Zombie's Halloween, which is decent, and H2 with I fucking love H2. Fuck anyone who doesn't. Kidding, but I love that movie. And 2018 and Kills. I'm not talking any more about ends. I already did like multiple streams with Mike talking about it when it came out and a video I did on it. Not ever speaking of it again. I have Phantasm 2 through 5 I got to do, which I can't wait. I adore Phantasm. I got to do Piranha 3D. I mean 3 double D. I did 3D. I don't know why that night I didn't just put the other one on afterwards. That's unusual. Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, it's so good. I feel like it's such an underrated Carpenter film, Dave. Probably because it's not like horror like Carpenter's known for. I mean, it's just a fucking amazing film. I love it so much. Yeah, no, Halloween Ends watch party. Maybe when the world is ending. But no, fuck that. If the world's ending, I want to watch shit I enjoy and do stuff I enjoy, not watch that. So never is the answer. Never again. I love the little sermons and speeches that Isaac gives. But let not the flesh pollute the corn. So Isaac hears messages from he who walks behind the rose. And I love how they call them Outlanders. Like, that's just so cool. When Malachi screams out like Outlander when he has the Linda Hamilton like captured. Love that. There's a few other movies I gotta finish or series I gotta finish. Puppet Master is one. 3 left for those. I think that might be it. Oh, Insidious. That's the franchise I gotta tap back into. I did the first Insidious like probably like the less than 10th video on my channel, and then never went back and did the rest of them. So I got to do the other Insidious movies. I think we're supposed to get Insidious 5 soon. I don't know about this year, but I've heard stuff about it. Look forward to chatting. Of course, man. Absolutely. Love you too, brother. I'll talk to you soon. Oh, that's how I'm going to watch Phantasm too. I don't have much physical media anymore, but I do have the 5-disc collection of Phantasm. So I absolutely adore this, as I love the Phantasm series. I mean, Phantasm Ravager, the 5th one, is not that great, but it sucks they had to end the series on a not too great note. But the first 4 are amazing. If anyone's not subscribed to Dave Savage Zombie Reviews, definitely head over there and give him a subscriber or a subscriber, a sub. If you like his content, he has great reviews and a very good friend of mine. Yeah, and the guy, the mechanic was saying there's no phone in this whole fucking town. Get out of here. Man, that's eerie though. How they when they first get to Gatlin, and it just looks so like a ghost town. I love that. This movie has really good atmosphere. Just everything looks like it's just been drenched in chaos in this town for everything that they see. And they don't freak out and just say, let's get the hell out of here. We'll stop at the next town over. Like, none of them bring this up as an idea. And the Hamilton was so gorgeous back then. I mean, I haven't seen her recently, so I don't know. But she was always a good looking woman. I also love with this movie how it shows just how easily, one, how naive children can be, and how they can just put their faith in anything they're being told. Like Isaac and also Malachi, being like the oldest, has so much influence over the rest of the little kids. Kind of like with most cults, and like with Charles Manson and like the Manson family, and how he was able to brainwash all of them. Like, same type of thing here. And I love how they explore that. Like, this is what the remake was lacking. Like, that's like the pro, I mean, the con to the positive that I said about the remake, about it showing more of before all the adults are killed and actually showing them killing like the remainder of the adults. It's missing just the ghost town feel and the atmosphere, because even though I do like that they do show you more of the parents getting, picked off, you don't have that ghost town feel to the movie, like at any point really. Even like when it's just the kids, you still don't get anything because there's no. This isn't a spoiler. I mean, there's no one who comes to the town. Like, it's not like this movie, and it's not like the short story where this couple happens upon the town and then finds these kids. It's pretty much like an internal battle, like between one of the girls who lives in the town who's against everything they're doing. So it's more of like an internal battle between like the good ones and the ones who are just sadistic or brainwashed. This one just works so much better, man, on like every single level. Like, it's a shame because it has some good things in the remake. Yeah, they usually are, Phil. Like like a lot of kids in a lot of horror movies are just creepy. You don't even have to really do anything to them, like makeup or anything. Just have it be a creepy looking kid. Always effective. You can to quote Lance Preston from Grave Encounters, which is like my second favorite found footage movie. You take a little pretty cute little pussycat, and you put some slow motion, you put some spooky sounds over it, and some dark lighting. You can make anything look scary, and that's so true. I love that line. Yeah, I think those are all the. Oh, and Argento. I got to circle back finally to his third film, Four Flies on Grey Velvet, because when I did Argento last August, I had to skip over that third film of his because I couldn't find it streaming anywhere, and I haven't seen Four Flies on Grey Velvet in a long while, like definitely a few years. So I was interested in seeing that, and I moved on to Deep Red and Suspiria. Then I found it on YouTube, so I got to rewatch that. I got to do Trauma and Two Evil Eyes. Stenhal syndrome is now on Shutter or Amazon, so I can do that too. And then I want to finally watch Argento's newest movie, Dark Glasses. No, yeah, don't pay for it. Yeah, it's on Pirate Bay, Mike. If you have Pirate Bay in the UK, hold on one sec. I'll bring it up. I am gonna. I reached out and sent a message on Instagram to the main actress from the remake because she did a very good job. I'd like to have her on to talk about the movie. Children of the Corn. Now they finally meet the two real innocent kids, and they tell them about Isaac. Hey, Professor, what's going on, buddy? Mike, this is copy that and paste it in your browser. See if it comes up. Oh yeah, Professor. They remade they did the TV movie in '09 remake. And then yeah, now we got a new one. They filmed the new one in 2020, but COVID led to them having to put it on the shelf for a few years, but they finally came out. It's all right. You can just watch my short, spoiler-free review on it. I've been talking about it a little bit so far here. If you want to watch along, Professor, we're at like 50 minutes or 49 minutes. It's on Amazon Prime and on Tubi. Don't forget, guys, just hit that like button if you haven't already, or share this out if you want. It helps with the algorithm. Malachi. Fucking love that name. I love this church too. It looks really dilapidated, but it also looks, you could see like how good looking it was before this town went to shit. Yeah, I'm doing good, Professor. It was a short, quick, like bug or something like that. It's mostly only lasted like 36 hours. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you, though, buddy. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, if you anyone watching too, if you can, also helps to leave a comment after the stream ends. So now that I have a few of my favorite subs, I'm kidding. I love all of you guys, but ones who watch pretty consistently. Any ideas of things you'd want to see more on the channel? If anyone enjoying the podcast thing, which is just like my regular videos, just with no audio, but I watch these movies anyway. Like after I do a video or two, and I want to relax for the night. If I'm not going out or doing something, I'm just gonna be watching another movie or two or three anyway until the wee hours of the morning. So I said, why not just fucking talk about them too? And that's how the podcast was born. Oh, you can? I had no idea. I guess you can. I'm thinking of doing a live stream guitar concert, I guess, sometime this month. Like a live. I did one on, I think it was Christmas Eve morning. I was just jamming to one of my favorite live bands, the Disco Biscuits, who I've seen 115 fucking times live. What about Evil Dead, May? Evil Dead Watch Party or Evil Dead? I covered the whole series a while back, like the first, maybe like the second, third month of my channel. You can search for those. I did the Evil Dead 1, 2, the remake, and Army of Darkness. I gotta do, can't wait for Evil Dead Rise, because I've been hearing very good things, which I'm so hopeful, because Evil Dead is one of the only franchises left that has never failed me. That is just perfect. Everything is perfect. Do they? That's interesting. That might be a way to, because like now I like ever since September-ish, when Mike, the Real Fifth Beatle, my boy, he nominated me for Horror YouTuber of the Month, and then when I won, that's when my numbers started going up and my subs and everything. So I kind of, it sucks that like, because like all my older videos don't, like, is it the same with you, Mike and Professor? Like, you notice like your first few months of videos, like whatever views they hit, it just hit and stops and they never get views anymore. Like that's like the first like 2 months of my channel. And one of them is I did Child's Play, the whole franchise. I did the Evil Dead franchise, and I'd like those to be seen more. So I wish you can like, I mean, I can always download them and repost them and shit, but I'm not going through all that. I definitely covered the Evil Dead franchise, but yeah, Watch Party May would be awesome. Maybe we can do 1 month. We'll do like every week. We'll do Evil Dead, and then the next week Evil Dead 2, then Army of Darkness, and the remake, leading up to Rise. Yeah, I don't know anything about those. I guess apparently you can send them now. Oh, does it, Professor? That's interesting. Yeah, and it is a mess. It's been very weird acting. Like this morning, like last night I had 485 subs. And then I went down to 483, went up to 484, and now back down to 483. So I don't know what the fuck is up with YouTube. And like you said, a lot of people have been saying that. I got to keep, I mean, I tag him in every tweet, but Alexi only has 67 subs. He deserves so much more than that. Like, that's a fucking shame. Like, if anyone's not subscribed to my friend Alexi, I'm going to put his channel link here, because he's a good friend of mine. He gives great reviews, and he's been going at it a few decent months now, and he's only at 67-ish subs. He deserves a lot more than that. I'm going to link his channel here in a sec. And Stevie is back, apparently, which I'm happy to hear. I talked to him like a week and a half ago. He was going through dealing with some things, but I saw him post a video, and so apparently he's back. Did I freeze here? Probably. No, not Frozen. I was trying to get Alexi's link for his channel, and I accidentally clicked out of SteamYard. So hopefully we have a interview possibly that me and Carrie from Carrie Crave Cinema have been working on trying to get Lisa Wilcox from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5, who plays Alice. I sent her a Facebook message a few months ago, but I never knew if she responded because I can't get into Facebook. Long story. But she ended up, Carrie messaged her and she got back to her like within an hour or two. And she said she'd love to and shoot her an email. That's my boy Alexi's channel. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Alexi, please go over, check out some of his reviews. He gives very, very good reviews, very articulate, and just an all-around great guy. He doesn't deserve to be at 67 after a few months. He should be a lot higher. And yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about the Lisa Wilcox interview. Yeah, hopefully that pans out because that'll be cool. I'm still waiting on. I've been going back and forth with Joe Berlinger's assistant, who Joe Berlinger is the director of Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, which is a hated movie that I adore. And I've been going back and forth with him and his assistant since like November. Then the holidays came, so he wasn't available then. Then he started some other project now recently, but his assistant said to get back to them like the beginning of May. And Joe is very happy how enthusiastic I am about the movie, how much I love the movie. So it sounds like he's definitely down for that once he's finished with this project he's working on. So that'll be, I can't wait for that. I'll probably be doing that interview on my friend Jason's channel on Sinister Cinema Reviews, another channel if you're not subscribed to. Definitely subscribe to Sinister Cinema Reviews. I'll link that too. But he's actually like one of the reasons that I have a channel, like that this channel exists, is Jason's channel. Like I didn't follow many YouTube horror channels before I started my own, but he was the only one basically that I followed religiously for like 5 years. And he definitely inspired me. I've told him many times, thanks for inspiring me to start a channel of my own. I was just on his channel the other night talking greatest horror remakes, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, if anyone's not subscribed to him, here's his link. But we're going to probably do that Joe Berlinger interview on his channel because he also adores Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, and he has 17,000 subs, and I have almost 500. Oh, it makes sense to do it on his. And hey, Lauren, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? Just watching and talking about Children of the Corn from 1984. What are you talking about, Mike? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's great whenever Lauren comes in. Lauren, I want to do a watch party for Sabrina to follow up that Doll 2 one we did if you're down for that sometime. I got to oh, that's another series I got to finish up. I did the Doll 2. I got to do the Doll and I got to do Sabrina. Yeah, anyone who's not subscribed to Lauren also visited by Voices One, definitely go subscribe to him also. He's a absolute amazing guy, has great taste in movies. And he's also a writer, and he had a new book that just came out a few months ago, and definitely check his channel out for sure. I'm going to link it in a second. Yeah, it's got to be terrifying having these kids fucking chasing you down with Malachi at the head. Like, he's such an effective character. I love Malachi so much. Oh, Lauren, you need only 19 to get to 900 subs, buddy. That's Lauren's channel right there. And what's wrong with that, Mike? I do too. I like Jason X more than Aliens also. Thanks, Professor. Yeah, no, he's, like I said, I probably wouldn't have a channel if it wasn't for Jason. But he's been doing good for a while. He's had like 17,000 subs, which is why we want to do the Joe Berlinger interview on his channel. That way it gets my channel more exposure, and also because he loves Book of Shadows also. And he has like a million questions for Joe Berlinger, is what he said to me. I said, all right, for sure. We'll do it on his. Oh yeah, that's what me and Dave were just saying, and that I say all the time. Like, if you've seen Bloody Birthday, Professor, right? With the 3 kids born on an eclipse, so then 10 years later they start killing people. I said in my video for that, I said, if there's a kid coming after me with a gun or a knife or a weapon of any sort, they're getting knocked out immediately. Like, I'm not gonna hurt him bad. I'm gonna fucking knock him out. So I'm not dying. And then have the cops come, tie him up, and let the cops come. I'm not fucking dying because they're kids. I can either be dead and say, oh, he's dead, but he was a moral guy. He didn't hit a kid. Or I can knock one out, or several of them, get the cops involved and live and be alive. And then I'll take the whole, oh, you knocked children out. I'll take that. Yeah, word. Exactly that. It's becoming such a tired cliche in movies. When the person's looking around and then they turn and they hit their head on something. It's, come on. I mean, that happens so much. It's like if you're looking around like intensely, I would notice something right there that I'm gonna smash my head into. These people don't. Oh, now little Job is trying to help the hell's his name? Burt out of here. When is Evil Dead Rise coming out? I cannot wait for that. Mike, did you copy that torrent link I put in chat for you to find the Children of the Corn remake? I sent it to your Twitter also. It's just on the Pirate Bay. That's what I mostly use for torrenting. I like when he says it's not the communists we have to worry about. Okay, so they say the 2 nice kids are telling Bert that Isaac was a preacher when he was younger. How old is fucking Isaac in this movie? Like, he looks like he's like 12. He was a preacher, what, when he was 7, 8, 9 years old? I don't know what that means because that's a fucking weird line. He used to be a preacher. Okay. I mean, I guess you could argue with all the meta films, Professor, like that. I mean, as much as I don't like it, but like Scream, when they know all the tropes and cliches, and kind of like Wes Craven's New Nightmare 2, which I'll be doing a discussion on after this. Then Suffering through the remake, which I have not seen since it released, I think, in theaters, and it was absolutely terrible. You see some of that in Cabin in the Woods, which I adore that movie. That's a cool shot of Linda Hamilton up like crucified almost like, and now they're turning on Isaac. This little shithead took control of everything, really. Like, you see how small Isaac is? You wring his neck with one hand. See, I think it would have been better in this movie if, or even in the short story, if they left it ambiguous. If they didn't show he who walks behind the rose is a real thing at the end. Because just knowing, or not knowing, I should say, whether the kids are right, that Isaac's right, that there is a he who walks behind the rose, or that it's just group delusion or just like a cult, so that Isaac basically brainwashed all these people. So I think it would have been cool if they didn't introduce him, like, or it, whatever it is, at the end of the movie here. Same with the remakes, and I can't talk about the sequels since I've never seen past like the second one, which I don't remember at all. But if they would have left it more ambiguous, like whether he who walks behind the rose was in fact a real thing, but not giving you the answer, I would have liked that better, probably. And the kids are taking him to see that lady. They said, "Are you here for that? Looking for that lady?" Of course he is. They're the only adults in town. Like, it's the two of them. Of course they're together. That's a cool shot with them all pounding the rows of the corn stalks. That's cool when they're walking. That's right. And then on their birthdays, on I forget what age I said, 18 or 21. I think it's 18. They 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 sacrifice them. Like, that does not sound good. I would be out of that town just like the kid at the very beginning. I love Isaac's like screaming and just his ranting when he's like up on the cross thing, like the scarecrow cross. That's cool. But yeah, I'm planning a live stream guitar concert, like I said, quote unquote. I just got to kind of pick songs I know won't get copyright strikes for it, which pretty much means Led Zeppelin's off the table, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath's off the table. I got to look more into copyrights for certain things because I've done a lot of guitar covers on my old channel and for here, and none of them I've gotten lucky. None of them are copyright strike material. Like, you get a copyright claim, but I have like 100 of those on my old channel. They allow you to use certain copyrighted content on YouTube, which is a lot of music actually. Because I don't think I've ever gotten a copyright strike for playing along to music. Maybe I'll take like recommendations and requests too. It'll be like a guitar karaoke except I'm actually playing. Yeah, pretty much. Why is Dreamcast trending on Twitter? That's crazy. Yeah, no fish. I'll keep fish out of it for you, Lauren, if you show up. I know you don't like fish. I've seen them like 60 something times. Not as much as the biscuits. I've seen the disco biscuits 115 from '07 to a few years ago. See, like the whole thing at the end here with seeing the, he who walks behind the rose with the dirt moving up and stuff like that. I feel like it would have been so much better without showing that it actually exists and just leaving it to you to decide whether these kids were just brainwashed by Isaac and Malachi and that it never existed. But that's not the way they went. Kind of like how I always said in The Omen, I feel like it was a missed opportunity in The Omen, even though I know that they had to make Damien be, the son of the devil and not really be Gregory Peck's kid. But finding out that your non-blood son or kid is the Antichrist and that you have to kill him, yeah, hard. But I feel like it would have been a lot more hard and a lot more effective if Damien was his real son, his biological son. And that's why I did that short video asking if you'd be able to kill your Antichrist child, because that's so much harder. I mean, killing a kid for any reason, you'd have to have concrete proof that this kid is the Antichrist, like absolute concrete, undeniable proof. But I feel like that would have, I don't know, I feel like that would have hit a lot harder for a lot of people if Damien was the biological son. I don't know how they would work that with, with him being the Antichrist, like make it the mother is evil or some shit and gave birth to him with Gregory Peck. He had an affair, something. But I always thought that was a missed opportunity. No, you will not put him in timeout. And I thought I had Lauren as a mod. I got like 20 mods, all just friends and shit, and I fucking never use them. The only time I used mods was for the Amy Donald Megan interview because she was a minor. I wanted to make sure nothing went wrong with that. There you go. Bird beat the shit out of Malachi. That's a cool looking knife too that he's got. Oh yeah, I can do it right from the chat, right? Yeah. Malachi. Love that. All right, wrench is coming your way, Lauren. I don't know why you didn't have one already. I was pretty sure I added you. And Linda Hamilton looking good in this movie. Yeah, Lauren, if you're up for a watch party of Sabrina with all the same people we watched the doll 2 with, let me know. I'll set that up for sure. I'm still trying to find the doll 3 with subtitles. I keep finding the movie, but with no subtitles. All right, that should be good. Good. That's a good tactic, Professor. Medical stuff taken care of. Yeah, May's fine, Lauren. That's good. Sounds good to me. So I got to still got to do videos on the first doll and on Sabrina. So then it'll be cool to get the others to watch that one as well. So I think that's my third favorite. I mean, my second favorite after the doll 2 for sure. The whole doll 2 continuity storyline from the doll 2 and Sabrina. Those are my two favorites by far. I mean, I still got to see the doll 3, but I don't see it surpassing 2 and Sabrina. Lauren, did you see Infinity Pool by chance? Brandon Cronenberg's new movie? I watched it the other night. I put out a review, short. I loved it. Thought it was fantastic. Mia Goth kills it as usual and expected, and just a great, unique story. Yep, that is true. Region Free is going to be back. Yeah, no, I can't picture Doll 3 being better. Especially with just how directly a riff it is on Chucky and stuff. But like probably the Chucky we've always wanted, like near the end. Burt is getting attacked by the corn. He who walks behind the fucking rose. I mean, even this is so much more effective than the remake. Nice. Oh, Phil, you got to check out the doll movies. Rocky Soroya is an Indonesian horror director. And I mean, Indonesia has some great horror movies. And Lauren is very knowledgeable on the foreign films, especially Indonesian horror and stuff. But he sent me some movies a while back on a flash drive, and I saw the title, The Doll 2, and I said, "Is that the same like movie that I remember watching?" Because I remember a few years back on Netflix. They're all on Netflix. I watched The Doll 2, and Sabrina, which are all in a series together. And he just recently released the Doll 3, and then he has another franchise called, it's not really a franchise, there's two of them right now, but he'll probably make another one of The Third Eye, which is a little more like ghost story, Sixth Sense ish. But the doll movies are great. Like they're very, you can tell they're taking cues from The Conjuring and Annabelle, like for sure. But that's why I love the second one. Like the Doll 2 is the best. But the third act that, and Lauren could weigh in on this, like the third act in all of Rocky Soraya's movies are just brutal. Just bloodshed everywhere, just how you always wanted them, like the Conjuring movies to end. Like there's actual stakes. The demonic like makeup and shit looks amazing and actually is creepy. They're all on Netflix, at least here in the States. Yeah, they do. Hey, Ben, what's going on? Yeah, they do, actually. They have a lot of foreign films are getting distribution through Netflix, which is lucky. That's how I found Rocky Soraya in the first place. Yeah, I still got to see that one, Lauren. That I actually had it up on my queue the other night, and I didn't get around to it. I got to watch that one. Yeah, Phil, definitely check it out. I would say just watch the Doll 2 first, just because I can see the first Doll being too close to the Conjuring and Annabelle at times, which it is. It's still fantastic. Like especially like Lauren just said, like the third act and stuff. Like all of his movies are fantastic. But the Doll 2 is just a fucking amazing movie. And you don't really need to see the first one to know what's going on in the second. Like there's very little overlap. And that's why I like Sabrina is the remake, is not remake, is the sequel to the Doll 2. And those storylines kind of follow a little more than the first to the second Doll. But they're all on Netflix and his other films too, The Third Eye and the sequel to that. And Lauren just said Susanna Buried Alive, which I still have not seen. Who's the other director, Lauren, with him in that did Susanna? Is he does he have some good films of his own that are worth checking out? If you've seen any of his. Girls with balls? No, I've always preferred them with vaginas, without the balls. I know what you mean, though. I did not see it. That's a more recent one, right? Like the last 5 years or something like that. 2019, 2018, something like that. That was one I never circled back to. Is it good, Ben? I should check that out. The corns are on fire. The cornfields lit ablaze, and Gatlin might just be normal once again. When these kids like get old enough to have kids and then repopulate the town, because there's a lot of adults dead. Who you mean, Jennifer Ortega or Jenna Ortega? I love her. Absolutely love Ortega. I mean, as an actress too, like mostly as an actress, but she is a good-looking girl. French movie girls. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I know I've heard of it. I just never got around to seeing it. I'll check it out for sure. I like French films. Yeah, they definitely are, mate. Yeah, exactly, Phil. And the cycle starts over again. Well, all right, I got to check that out. Yeah, that's it. Umbara. That was the thing. Is it like evident, Lauren, like how much Soroya directed and how much Umbara did? Like, did one direct most of it and the other helped, or is it just a complete collaborative effort? Ghostwatch? No, I have not yet. I have not. So many fucking movies to one rewatch and cover on the channel, plus new ones, plus ones that I skipped over from the years. That's one thing that's good about music and movies. There's always more. There's always more out there. And they end up getting away free, and they're taking the two good little kids with them, which good for them. They're not leaving them there like douchebags. But awesome movie, man. I love Children of the Corn. Like, I might reread the short story because it's been definitely a long while. But I think I was ahead of you, May, at one point or behind you because I paused it and then I fast forwarded it. But whatever, it should be over for you too. Awesome. Yeah, I definitely check out Susanna. I keep passing it. Every time I pass it, I think of you. I'm like, damn, that's right. I still got to watch that by Soroya. Definitely got to see that one. I tried, I tried throwing on Fulci's Don't Torture a Duckling the other night, and I was exhausted though. I fell asleep like 15, 20 minutes into it. It's like I can never fully get through that movie, like the 3 times I've tried now. So I gotta like be not tired and just be completely undistracted to finally get into that movie because I know how much people adore that Fulci film. Any man, Any's men. Never heard of it. I can't wait for Evil Dead Rise. Just the fact that I've been hearing such great stuff about it, like from screeners and stuff like that. Sounds great. And I was saying this is one. Evil Dead is okay, May. Cool. Evil Dead is like one of the few franchises that are perfect for me that never let me down with a release. Evil Dead is in my top 20 horror films all time. Evil Dead 2 is in like my top 5. Army of Darkness, fantastic. Ash vs. Evil Dead, fantastic. And the remake is fantastic. I think it's one of the best horror remakes, like from at least from the 2000s onward. And if Rise kills it, perfect. Like, I would be so disappointed if it doesn't hit the marks that I'm hoping it does. Like, when I first heard about it, I basically just said, it sounds like demons, like, except Evil Dead, like, and with Deadites taking place in a high rise apartment and stuff, which, hey, if it has some nods to demons too, or anything like that, I'm fine with that. I adore both Demons movies. Did you see Infinity Pool, Lauren? I don't know if you answered when I asked earlier. So that was definitely a lot of enjoyment out of that movie. Like, one of my contenders for like top 3 horror movies of the year so far. I'm hearing the kids are annoying and Rise. Yeah, that should be fine. I mean, I don't expect like I don't expect to have no cringy dialogue and stuff or annoying characters. I mean, that I don't really care about. But as long as like it delivers on like everything else, everything that makes Evil Dead, then I'll at least be happy with that. Because it's few franchises that, just like Tool was a band, one of the few bands that never let me down. Same type of thing. System of a Down, same thing. All their albums I love. Tool, love every album of theirs until like what 13, 14 years from 10,000 Days to, and not for the new one, their new album from a few years ago at all. It's decent. Now Bob is annoying. uh, it's I had to plug it in though. But hold on. You guys hear me? Oh yeah, my mic maybe. 1 second, technical difficulties. All right, that should be better. Yeah, Bob is definitely interesting. Like I know that's your favorite Fulci film, Lauren, House by the Cemetery, and I enjoy that movie too. But God, I can't stand Bob. I really can't. And he's more tolerable in Manhattan Baby because the dubbing. Because I'm pretty sure it was a different kid who did the dubbing in Manhattan Baby for him, right? He doesn't sound as annoying as he does in House by the Cemetery. But I mean, Danny Torrance from the Shining miniseries, much more annoying. Like he's like at the top of my kids with punchable faces list. And we were talking very early on about the Babadook. That kid is another one. Just a absolute punchable face. So, what? Let me see. What films would you guys like to see talked about and covered in the near future? This month, let's say, on the channel. Throw out some suggestions. I'll let you guys know if I've already did them. Children of the Corn is early access on Prime too. Never seen any of these sequels, man, except for like the second one, and I don't remember it. Pumpkinhead is a yeah. I know you hate it, Mike. I know you hate the Babadook. I really like the Babadook. I just can't stand the kid, Sam. I cannot stand him. but it, like I said earlier, it makes sense for his character. It makes sense for him to be out of control in the way that he is, to add to, you know, the mom's just stress and pressure and everything, grief and all of that. I mean, it makes sense, but it's fucking annoying. Like, that kid is annoying. Ticks. It's a good one, actually, Ben. I'll think about that for sure. I'll add that to the list. All right, Dolly Deer is a good idea. Well, a lot of doll stuff. I love Stuart Gordon's dolls, Mike. That's a good one, too. Weaver brother and his squash brain. I've heard of that. Is that foreign? Is that American? I know I've heard of that because it has such a unique fucking name. But I'm gonna screenshot this and keep these suggestions. Yeah, Ticks is great, Mike. That's why it's a good one. I'm gonna adding all those to the list. So now I'm gonna be doing Nightmare, Wes Craven's new Nightmare right after this, and the god awful remake. So those will have videos out by tonight. Then I got Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween, and H2, which I fucking love. Fuck you. And 2018 and Kills, which is all going to be hard. Yeah, Psycho 3 is coming for sure, Ben. Absolutely. Since I already did the first two. Psycho 3, I like it. I really do. It just doesn't, it feels more further away from the Psycho universe, if that makes sense. Like, the second one is just perfect. Hey, Carrie, I'm glad she's out of work. Glad you're out of work. Like, what was I even talking about now? Who cares? It'll come back to me. Oh, Psycho 3. Yeah, like Psycho 2 is just one of my favorite sequels to a horror movie. Like, it is such a fantastic sequel, and it feels so organic and natural. Like, it feels like it belongs. It feels like that's where Norman Bates' life would go and pick up from. I love that. It doesn't feel forced. It feels like Psycho. It feels like Norman Bates' world and his life. And I love how they mess with him through that whole. I did a whole hour plus video on Psycho 2. But Psycho 3, I really enjoy for the most part. There are some stupid things in it, but nothing as bad as Psycho 4. Like Psycho 4, I don't dislike that movie either. Psycho 4 isn't as bad as people give it shit for. But I'll probably have a video on Psycho 4 also after that, because there's no reason to do the first three and not do the fourth one. Have you done May the Devil Take You? No, I have not. That's adding it to the list. I was saying at the beginning of the stream, it's so hard, just because like every morning I'll wake up and 10, 12 new movies will pop into my head or series, and I'll be like, oh shit, that's right, I gotta like do videos on these or this movie, man, I forgot about this, fantastic. And then like every day it's the same fucking like dozen new movies pop into my head that I forget about. And yeah, you got Mike and Dave hung out on Saturday. Both said that they had a great time. Ooh, Professor, that's a good one, especially since I've been doing the Texas Chainsaw first two movies. That's another series I just started that I'll slowly go through. Like, I never cared much for the whole series, but I mean, the first one is a masterpiece. Second one's my favorite in the series. The third one I do not care for at all. I mean, Ken Foree is good. That's basically it. The Next Generation I liked when I was a kid for some reason, and Matthew McConaughey does do a great job in that, like before he blew up. But that's pretty much it. Like, I don't even like Renee Zellweger in that movie, and I like her in certain things. But that movie does nothing for me. The remake is one of my favorite horror remakes, like especially slasher remakes. Texas Chainsaw 3 is fantastic. The beginning is meh. 3D. I actually enjoy 3D. a little more on a recent rewatch. And the new one I just rewatched, I liked it better than I did last time, but there's just so much woke shit in there, and just, I mean, yeah, you get that awesome scene with on the bus with Leatherface just mowing people down. I mean, it's cool with the whole cutting down, the cancel culture and shit, but I mean, the movie's still woke as can be. Like, it really is. And I can't stand the lead girl of Mel. Mel, that actress, not a bad actress, but I can't stand looking at her. I can't stand listening to her. Yeah, he's a unit. Yeah, he looks like you can tell he's a big guy. He can definitely kick some ass for sure. Yeah, right. They didn't have as much fun as they could have because they're both not in jail. Oh yeah, yeah. Opera is fantastic. It's like one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Argento film. Hey, Noel, what's going on, buddy? Not much. Just finished watching Children of the Corn and talking about it. Now we're just talking about random horror shit. And three. Yeah, that's true. She's good in that. And she's hot, yes. And Ken Foree is great as always. I always remember it being a very dark movie, Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw 3, and it is like, and I think that's part of many problems I have with it. It's just like the first film is so effective that it's all mostly in the daytime. Like most of that film takes place in the daytime, and it has so much great visual imagery and just so much great stuff that Hooper did in the first movie. And the third one is very dark, but there's so many issues with it that I'd have to rewatch it when I do a video on it soon. But I do not care for that one at all. And ever since I got older, my feelings on the next generation just went down. Like I said, I used to like it as a kid. I don't care for it really much as I got older. Yeah, you did call it anti woke once, which I don't know why. Like it's there's a lot of woke shit in that movie, but that whole bus scene is cool, and the ending is awesome. I didn't remember that at all. Like I won't spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but did not, and it was so good to see that happen because I can't stand that character. Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I do this. I love discussing film and horror movies with people, and you get a lot of recommendations from people just from talking like this. Some phenomenal movies I've seen just off of recommendations. Oh yeah, usually you'd say that about Fulci, but Argento does get a little eye happy in opera for sure. Yeah, she is gorgeous. Here's a good point. That is not right for me. Like, not all actresses are supposed to be gorgeous, and that's one thing that I love about movies like earlier than like the '90s and shit. Is that they like look at Texas Chainsaw, the original, and I might freeze for a second. My battery's dying. But in the original, they all look like people. They look like just regular kids, regular, young adults or adults, whatever age they are, going, on this fucking road trip. They look like normal people. That's a big issue I have with Scream, and I know what you did last summer, and all those. Then they just started casting just all the beautiful actresses and great looking actors and all that, and it just looks. It's so hard to get an authentic feeling out of it for me. Like I love the movies from the 70s and 80s because there wasn't really known actors and actresses, and a decent amount of them, and it makes it more believable for me. I don't like seeing movies, like especially horror movies, that are just plastered with gorgeous cast, like front to back. It's very hard to get into it for me. I would agree, even though I've never seen you, May. But I agree. You're beautiful people in general. I am who I am. I would say that 90s girls are way hotter than what we've got now. Yeah, for sure. Like I'd say the same thing. But and it's weird because I feel like as the decades went on, once it hit the 90s, like the mid 90s, then that's what you'd see. You just see just the most gorgeous women and actresses in Hollywood and stuff. Like, look at I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's just that cast, and you see how they did the casting for those movies in the late 90s, following Scream and stuff. The posters of all those movies in the 70s. We used to go to Blockbuster or whatever rental movies based off the covers because they were artwork. Once Scream came out and the movie after that we did Urban Legend, the posters are just the cast with their pretty faces, and that's it. Like with the title, it took some of that too. Like when you go, if people were going looking for movies in the late 90s and stuff and looking for newer movies, those are all the VHS or DVD cover, the artwork, anything. One second. My Yeah, Lauren, we just did the last miss that came after Anthropophagy. Speaking of blue screen of death, anyone with an old Xbox 360, remember the ring of death that like pretty much said your system is fucked and you have to get a new one? And yeah, my battery was not fully charged before I did this stream, so it's running on fumes. But yeah, all those suggestions and recs sound good. I'm adding them to the list for sure. Oh shit, Jason's here. Yeah, it's not my connection. It's my for some reason when I plug my charger into my laptop, when I plug it in, it freezes for like 30 seconds, so then I got to reload the StreamYard page. Or it's the same thing if I unplug it. So if I start running low on battery and I have to plug it in, then it freezes and it's annoying as shit. Which is why I should always have my laptop fully charged, but did not this time. But good to see you, Jason, as always. Let me know if you are free Friday night if you want to join in with Kaylee for the whatchamacallit, Maniac remake watch. For anyone else who is free at 10 p.m. on Friday, me, Sean, Blue Digital, and Goraphobe are going to be watching Maniac from 2012, one of the best remakes ever, and definitely join us with that if you are a fan of it. Has anyone seen the Maniac remake in here right now? I think Philip, you might have seen it, maybe. I don't know if Mike's seen it. Mike, have you seen it? Because it is one of the best remakes ever. Like, not even horror, just like fantastic in every way. But that's going to be for, only the original? You got to see the remake, man. Pull an all-nighter Friday night and come join the stream at 10 p.m., which is what? 3 in the morning for you? Something like that? Really? You ever heard of the original? Wow, you should definitely check the original out and the remake. It's, the original is William Lustig's Maniac from 1980, and it's a brutal slasher movie. Like, it was on the video nasties list that Mike and those Brits over there had to deal with. And awesome, like classic slasher movie. Tom Savini did the effects on it. And then the remake from 2012 has Elijah Wood, and it's mostly 97% all in POV. Like, it's all shot from Frank, aka Elijah Wood's perspective, and it looks fantastic. Like, the movie is a work of art. Now, he left a comment, and then he probably hopped out after my thing froze. But Jason is awesome. If you are not subscribed to his channel, I dropped the link earlier. Yeah, Sinister Cinema Reviews. But, all right, before my battery dies, thank everybody. Thank you guys for joining in chat. And Children of the Corn, man. Absolutely love that movie. Too bad the remake was nothing really to talk much about. But, yeah. So what else is going on this week? Friday, before that Maniac stream, Mike, you said you're going to be streaming, right? So we'll be streaming on Mike's channel. I bought one of those multi-movie packs because it said a Maniac on it. It was a black and white one. Interesting. Thank you, Carrie, for linking Jason's channel again. Yeah, and he should be much, much higher than he is, Mike. He's been doing it 5-6 years. He's at 17,000 subs or something like that. He should be so much more than that. Like I said, it's like the one channel horror review channel I followed, and like religiously since I found his channel 4 or 5 years ago, 5 years by now. But excellent guy, excellent channel. His wife Kaylee is a sweetheart. Definitely subscribe if you're not. But all right, guys, I might stream some more Elden Ring or Dark Souls or something, and then I will be recording the videos, spoiler discussions for Wes Craven's New Nightmare and the God Awful remake. And yeah, more stuff later today and tomorrow and the next day, like usual. So, hey, Memories. I was just going to sign off, but I see Memories. How you going, Memories? I've never seen your name, but we are ending right now. But thanks for even popping in. Hey, Val. Good afternoon. Thanks for popping in too. We're just ending, but thanks for stopping by anyway. Yeah, it's streaming on YouTube. Yeah, on PS5. I stream. I love my PS5 so much more than Xbox because you can't stream directly from Xbox to YouTube. You have to go to Twitch, which is a whole annoying thing in itself. So glad that you can go right from the PS5 right to YouTube because it makes it so much easier. But yeah, I'll probably be. Have you ever played Elden Ring, Phil? I'll talk to you soon, Professor. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hop on in like a half hour and be streaming. So if you're around, hop in. I always do crazy challenge runs and kills and shit. So definitely some fun times. And all right, guys, everybody enjoy the rest of your night or day or wherever it is for you. And if you have it, Phil, then we have to play together sometime for sure. Ah, yes, and definitely. And if anyone's not subscribed to Gorophobe's channel, absolutely subscribe to him as well. Awesome, awesome guy, and loves Italian horror, which is another sentiment that me and Sean both share. So the three of us are like the big Italian horror guys. But all right, Mike, thanks for stopping by. Professor May, thanks for watching and coming by. Everybody else, Carrie, thank you for being here after work. Memories, sorry you just popped in, but I don't know if you're subscribed, but if you would like to, it is appreciated. And everybody else, Lauren, thanks for hopping in, buddy. And I will talk to you guys soon. I'll be streaming Elden Ring in a little bit. Take care, guys. Awkward 2 seconds till you don't know.